Languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks. Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital
還元一級の先というのは、本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okula giderim. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is skor, and that also means elephant. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks. Ça, c'est ça, que c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça. Sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyper Polyglotting avec Élise. Moi c'est Élise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux, surtout GeoGuessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique, de l'acquisition des langues.
10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Night. Night. Man. Bien. Yo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bangba, okay, Bangbas is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon.
Sotto le frasche del capanno 4 gatti grossi stanno. Sotto 4 grossi sassi, 4 grossi e grassi gatti. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Facile. Sì, ecco, la gente... è la cosa che mi dice la gente, sempre che scoprisce che quante lingue parlo. Io sempre avevo l'impressione, diciamo, di che non era così, non era tan così, ma poi, dopo di aver visto qualche poliglota in YouTube, una delle cose che avevo scoperte era giustamente che la metodologia usata da quella gente poliglota che non avevo mai conosciuta prima, era più o meno la stessa metodologia che usavo io. I find a computer or what? Here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or, what sounds vaguely like Hogun and the Hok in Hogun in Korean or Waku in Japanese, and that's because it is the exact same kind of character.
Okay, let me see.
Un chasseur, ça chante chasser. Ses chassés sont son chien de chasse.
Der dicke Dach.
Okay, der dicke Dachdecker deckt dir dein Dach, drum dank dem dicken Dachdecker, dass der dicke Dachdecker dir dein Dach deckt. Hola y bienvenidos al directo de Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. Yo soy Elisa, traductora, escritora y editora y comunicadora social con más de 20 idiomas de trabajo. Y aquí vamos a estar jugando videojuegos, sobre todo GeoGuessr, y hablando de idioma, la mejor forma de aprenderlo y caleta más. Zwei Zwetschgenzweigen zwitscherten zwei tschechische Schwalben. Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal en tres tristes trastos. Oh, I see. This is Diche Ishai Fui, which means, do you want food? But, yeah, are you hungry? That also. How are the boys? Cocine da boy. Posso Milao. Pote. Buenese. Proteine. Utros. Protoculo. In the designated chicken eating area, obviously. Okay, still 3 times I have to defeat him. And I don't have a whole lot of health left.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So, anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Monsieur. Livre. Liwe, livre.
Bucks
Mustan kissan paksut posket.
Macieje.
Ja.
Ja. Sy. Vysoký. Macieje. Proč? Víte. Počkej. A. Sy.
Track 6.
Aspri petraxes aspri apton ilioxex asproteri. Aspri petraxes aspri apton ilioxex asproteri.
Ten coginio panas.
Oh boy.
Ad ferad verda ferra ferda vetri.
Hakab. Hefed. 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 Haq. Haq. Haq.
Саша по шоссе.
А Саша по шоссе несла сушку на счастье и сосала сушку. А Саша по шоссе несла сушку на счастье и сосала сушку.
Mwalimu.
Juma ni mwalimu mke.
Ирак чимав чипах чемп чавю чи ченчи чини. Чирак чимав чипа да, чирак чимав чипцах чемп чавю чи ченчи чини. А как альшит. Хикрин. А как альши хикрин. Akakitsalshi krikripeps. Oh, things speak cat sounds. Meow and the pictures of the fish. That's they were well.
Sööpel. Kupud. Üritavad uraistada. Omena.
Are in the city center. And it's got some interesting aspects to it.
여자는 어느 나라에 있습니까? 여자는 어느 나라에 있습니까? 여자는 어느 나라에 있습니까?
Countries for living things.
兄の名前は
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So, anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Lo que pasa es que bueno, la banera, y esto se ve en tantos lugares, no es cuestión regional. Hello and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I'm Elise, translator, writer, and editor with 20 working languages, and this is a stream where we're going to look at we're going to play some chess, we're going to talk languages and stuff, and also look at software-defined radio and shortwave as an interesting source of both just generalized weirdness and potentially even comprehensible input. So let's get started. Once I just get these things a little better organized. anyone who likes this music, this is Victor Jara Sinfónico. This is a symphonic arrangement of some of the greatest songs of Victor Jara. It really is quite remarkable. This is Charagua. Also, I am raising funds for the crowdfunding translation project. I have an update there, thanks to generous contributions. I am now only, I've raised $190 out of the $450 for the current project, which is an article implicating, amongst other things, the, eternal vice president of FIFA in dodgy financial dealings of the Christian Democrats. If you want to read the other translations in that project that have been completed, that's where you can do it. If you want to donate, this is where you can do it. How's everybody doing, chat, as we get started with some chess? Some English action going. My opponent is called Lactose. And, I mean, that is fitting, because Lactose has long been one of my nemeses. Okay. Now, there's a great little blunder that my opponent here actually avoided. If he'd taken with the bishop, with the knight, I could have won a piece. Oh wait, this is not... Hang on. For some reason, it did not stick with the album I was trying to play. Now, I feel like my queen could be better positioned than this. It's currently not actually defended. Okay, get my fianchetto, dark squared bishop. There's kind of a free pawn here at the moment. Do I want to do that? Because actually, these rook pawns can be very helpful in some situations. Undecided about that. Those can provide a valuable shield in some cases. Okay.
knight that little square there. Okay, so what can okay. My opponent here, black, has got a pin on this pawn. Also, this pawn here is not wonderfully defended. Could potentially attack that. Oh, that's nice. That activated this light squared bishop for me. I mean, look at that on the long diagonal. That's pretty. And that was done for free by my opponent. Now the key will be to take advantage. Okay, I mean, now this is a truly backwards pawn. But on the other hand, White's dark squared bishop is thoroughly batified. And there's something to be said for that. Now, I have this sort of preliminary kind of X-ray thing going on between my rook on d1 and black's queen.
Discutiendo entre amigos, razonando cuestiones de este tiempo y destino. Pienso en ti, mi vida.
Ah, that's, yes, that was not a bad move on my opponent's part there. Because they correctly saw that this is what my objective. So now my queen is looking very awkward all of a sudden. My queen has been awkwardized. I think my best option here is to trade queens because there's some ugly shit going on with that knight if I don't. Now I've got a semi-open file for my rook over here. This is Cuando Voy al Trabajo, the symphonic rendition of it by the Sinfonia de la Universidad de Chile. Okay, now that did help me activate. I've actually got a very nice bishop pair at this point. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. Would you say? Yeah, I mean, I got a bishop here, and they're both kind of living their best life here. I am a little bit low on the time. This knight is kind of a pain in the ass. I would very much like to not have that knight there. Many good things begin with not having that knight here. Ah, el cigarrito. And again, for anyone who's listening to this and would like to listen to more of it, I drop the link here. Interesting. Now, part of the problem I have with this rook being where it is, I mean, with this knight being where it is, I mean, the rook is also a pain in the ass. Actually, this is about the rook. Is this pawn right now is pinned. And I don't like that pawn being pinned. Now, the question becomes, how do I get rid of that fucking knight? Oh, okay. There's a neat little option there. So I can give check. Potentially harass the king a little bit. My bishop would be defended by this pawn that I've usefully moved there. Oh, thank you. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Oh, in fact, yeah. That was nice. Very happy with that. Because look, we got a buggered up pawn structure for black. That was your move? I don't quite understand that move. So you could have just taken... dual function move, because this also attacks that rook. Now, one of my problems here is just improved a little. But I've got others, because I need to get rid of... Okay, this pawn needs to go next. I mean, we've got an issue with, like... Black has a bunch of passed pawns here. Oh, but this bishop is defending against those pretty nicely. I'm going to keep it on this diagonal, especially because there's no pawn cover there. Yeah, now that pawn is not promoting. On the other hand, I'm very short on time here. Yeah, my mouse is slowing me down annoyingly. Alex. That was looking really good too. I lost on time. I was totally winning that, except for the time, and that is a valuable lesson there. Like, I had managed to pick off both rooks and hang on to mine. I had managed to ward off all the promotion threats there. Like, I mean, that is easily the best endgame that I've played in a while. When I've been down facing this many passed pawns and rooks and all this. Like, that was a pretty surgical endgame that I played there. But the time, I ran out of time. That is unfortunate. Like, let me see, let's do the analysis. Because there's no way I wasn't winning that other than that. Yeah, I mean, there was a brief period where I was down. Let me see. Okay, this is fairly standard. Okay. So here's where I am apparently no longer better. Yeah, this queen trade was definitely important. That rook move was not great for black. I mean, this bishop here really was really shining in this. Apparently that was not a great move. My best move was to defend a bishop that was under attack. Well, I defended the bishop. I just did it differently. Is all, computer. Oh, yeah. Yes, I missed a free piece on that. But, I mean, yeah, this is what got me back into the game there, actually. Because now, all of a sudden, they gave me... I missed one free piece, so they decided to sweeten the deal by giving me a second. Yeah, I saw that I screwed that up. Well, I screwed that up even better. That was even more screwed up. And my adversary, lactose, of which I'm quite intolerant. See, that was... really what I should have done there was take the rook to a7. Because then there was a free pawn. My idea was I was going to start picking off these pawns, but I picked one that was defended, and so I couldn't take it. But after that... yeah. I mean, this bishop here, these bishops I really did a good job with, I think. Yeah. That wasn't great. And... yeah, white didn't want to lose the rook. I mean, black didn't want to lose the rook there. Yeah, at this point, I'm just totally winning. And I'm scrambling for time. As a result of which, I'm just like sort of wildly checking in hopes that something sticks. But yeah. This is why watching the clock is important. Okay, there we go. Okay, got the white pieces. Mouse is being a little bit jerky. La partida. Hello and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise, where we're playing some chess and we're listening to the Víctor Jara Sinfónico. It's an amazing performance by the Orquesta Sinfónica de la Universidad de Chile. They did orchestral arrangements also of Víctor Jara's best. And this is La Partida. Okay. My plans for my knights have been kind of screwed up here. At least temporarily. No, that's not great. That is decidedly an ungreat move. Silencio.
Nunca se quejó del frío, nunca se quejó del sueño. El pobre siente a su paso y lo sigue como un ciego.
Okay. Mindful of the situation in the last game, I am keeping more of an eye on the clock, and I am a little bit ahead on time at the moment.
le quieren dar muerte.
I mean, I feel like, let's see, this is one thing that might be coming. Could have just a trade of, or we could have that. Like, I don't know that that was a great move. I'll take it. Angelita Wenuman. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's neat. I don't actually have to be worried about the pin when you do that, because I can just take with check.
La sangre roja del copihue corre en sus venas. Buen humano, junto a la luz de una ventana, teje Angelita su vida. Sus manos bailan.
Today in things that actually I was kind of hoping my opponent might do.
En tus telares, Angelita, hay tiempo, lágrima y sudor. Están las manos, ignoradas desde mi pueblo creador.
Oh, damn it. That was not what I was trying to do. I was not trying to move that bloody rook. Well, in for a penny. Can't believe that. Okay, well, it's time to look for compensation. I'm doing very nicely on time now.
gateaba su corta edad, con el potito embarrado, con la pelota de trapo, con el gato y con el perro. El caballo lo miraba.
Right now, my only hope is to avoid moving those rooks. Hello, River Rune. Hey, Badger. How you doing?
En aquel pequeño espacio, y al animal parecía le gustaba ese trabajo, con la pelota de trapo, con el gato y con el
See if I can get rid of this promotion thread by moving this pawn and trying to lure my opponent into take it, because then it leaves that pawn undefended. But apparently that's not happening. Okay, yeah, this is screwing me. I mean... Oh, that's interesting. Not... Not just taking my rook, interestingly. I mean, that was totally an option. GG's. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bio break, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Hi, and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I am Elise, translator, editor, and writer with 20 working languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So, anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital.
還元一級の先というのは、本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okula gideyim. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. and that actually comes from Arabic. Fil, the same word fil as this, meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is skor, and that also means elephant.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Ça, ça, ah c'est ça, che c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça, sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco. Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyperpolyglotting avec Élise. Moi, c'est Élise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça, c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux, surtout GeoGuessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique, de l'acquisition des langues. 10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nej. Nej. Man. Igen. Jo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Barbaz, okay, Barbaz is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon. Sotto le frasche del capanno 4 gatti grossi stanno. Sotto 4 grossi sassi, 4 grossi e grassi gatti. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Facile. Sì, ecco, la gente... è la cosa che mi dice la gente, sempre che scoprisce che quante lingue parlo. Io sempre avevo l'impressione, diciamo, di che non era così, non era tan così, ma poi dopo di aver visto qualche poliglota in YouTube, una delle cose che avevo scoperte.
And I'm back. And get the music started. Hope you're feeling better today, Riveroon. And let's see. Okay, got the white pieces. I'm getting the white pieces a lot. Good that I didn't actually immediately play that. So far I have lost once on time in a game I was totally winning. I lost once to technical difficulties because my mouse latched onto a rook that I was not trying to move. It's not been a great day for the chess. Let's see. I mean, that's an interesting choice, though, opening that diagonal to the that leads to the king. It is one of those days out there. It was a beautiful day yesterday, but today it's just sort of drizzly and shitty. Not cold though, so that's, I suppose, at least something. Oh, that's what I was hoping for. Thank you. Gotta take with the bishop in that situation if you're gonna take. Otherwise, you get forked. Bollocks, that was not what I was trying to do, but I don't think it's too bad either. This is actually kind of allowing me to come up with an ideal position for my bishop pair. And this pawn here is pinned. As long as this queen is here, that pawn really does have to stay where it is. Interesting choice. Not entirely sure that that was the best option. Help me get my knight into the game a little. gotta make sure that my bishop isn't in any trouble. I mean, and my queen isn't in any trouble before I go taking anything there. Oh, take that pawn. Please take that pawn. So I'm up time and I'm up material, so I'm in a good place in general here. Okay, yeah, we'll trade queens under those circumstances. Derecho de vivir en paz. Indochina es el lugar más allá del ancho mar, donde revientan la flor a toda la humanidad. La luna. They changed the lyrics there. What he said in the original is con genocidio y napalm. Okay. Okay, yeah, there, he got it right that time. I was gonna say, that's kind of an important line from the song. Okay, this king is really boxed in, and I feel like there's got to be a way to take advantage of that. I'm not quite seeing it yet. There's also, I mean, the time issue for my opponent. Oh. Oh, again, I am helped out by my opponent a little bit. Okay, this is something new. And unexpected but interesting. This is Canto de Pueblos Andino de Inti Illimani. And that's the link to it. Sounds quite nice. I'm 4 minutes up on time. Wait, what was the move there? Well, there we go. A win. Yeah, okay, rematch. Why not? La revanche. Interesting choice for a move there. I'm not sure what the point of it was exactly. Doing sort of a weird move order for an English, but in English it is nonetheless. There we are. Okay, so this is not exactly what I was looking for, but it'll do. Okay, that wasn't exactly how I was trying to do that, but we can work with it. Okay, now that's a pin, at least for the moment, though there are ways to do it that would not, that would release it. So right now that queen is undefended. The only thing actually stopping me taking that queen is that rook. So that rook's kind of got to stay put for the moment. Hello! Definitely Hext, how you doing? Okay, what? Oh, wait, that's just a free queen. Yes, I want a free queen. What do you take me for? Of course I want a free queen. GG's. Get one more game in there. Oh. Now, if white takes, I actually improve my pawn structure a bit as far as I'm concerned. Oh, holy shit. Well, if that's true, I'm sure we will see some video of it soon enough. Holy shit! Yeah, this is going beautifully for the U.S. They absolutely no notes. They obviously they picked the right people to fuck with. See, this is why U.S. defense planning guidance before this was always predicated on the idea of what they called quick and decisive victories against much weaker adversaries. Like, specifically to avoid ending up in a situation where it looks like they might actually have to walk it back. Okay. GG's. And it's time to switch gears. Excellent. So we don't have to do any annoying things using the to get the windows showing properly. Okay, so I was talking earlier about the joys of shortwave and software-defined radio as a source of comprehensible input and also sort of just general weirdness. And here's a page. Actually, it turns out the timing isn't great for this. It's apparently the next. This monitors number stations and stuff. Number stations are an interesting little example of a really effective low-tech form of encryption. Because all it is it's basically unbreakable if done properly. It's unbreakable in part because since it's broadcast over the radio waves, you have to, in order to have any chance at breaking the encryption, you actually have to know who the recipient is, and you can't tell just from, it's on the airwaves. It could literally, these days, with software-defined radio, radio, particularly web-based software-defined radio, it can be at literally anywhere in the world. But also because the main ways that people break codes are statistical, and it requires a certain sample size, and the idea of number stations is that you don't provide it. It's a one-time pad, they call it, because you only use the code page once, and then you destroy it. So there's never quite enough to actually work out what is being said in these messages or who they're to. And so Priom, which is Russian for reception or receipt, is a website that monitors them and tells you where to hear them. And I had kind of hoped we could sort of move over into this subject by looking at them. I'm going to just drop the link in chat, but apparently not. Apparently it's going to be an hour before they have another one, so that'll be too late for us. But let me see what we've got. You can actually hear samples of them anyway. Here we go. So this is what they've identified as V13, also known as Xinxin Wangbo Diantai, the New Star Broadcasting. And they've got samples of it, so. See, they've always got introductions. And it's always something. Actually, this is less creepy than some of them are. Some of them have really, really creepy introductions before they get into it. It just go on a bit. So this you can hear these samples for all the ones that they're tracking, and they're in all sorts of languages. Actually, there's a recent one that's in Farsi, leading to all sorts of speculation about whose it is. A lot of people assume that it's Iran's because it's in Farsi, which, I mean, not an unreasonable assumption. But apparently, people who have been like detecting it based on signal strength say it's strongest nearer the Red Sea, so it could be coming from outside of there and intended for somebody inside Iran. So that is also a possibility. And of course, with all these, I mean, with certain exceptions, like some of them have been tracked down. Like there's a famous one called the Lincolnshire Poacher. There've actually been documentaries about it, and it was tracked to RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus. But with a lot of these, there's no way of really knowing. They could be, because just because it's in a particular language doesn't mean it's from that country. These things are used for intelligence agents, and intelligence services have been known to occasionally indulge a little bit in the deception. And of course, they also tend to have language skills. I mean, if they're any good at intelligence, that's kind of important. So you could potentially have it in any language you want just to confuse people. But okay. So let's see. There are all sorts of broadcast guides you can use. This is one that showed up on a Google search to find at pretty much any language you want. I have Korean here. Let's see what we've got in Amharic for right now. What frequencies have we got broadcasting in Amharic? 6090. Let's see if we can pull that up. This is another web. This is websdr.org, and you can find all sorts of receivers around the world that are on at a given time. You can get closer to your source. Yeah, if you have a specific station you want to listen to. So we're looking for, this is a station in Amharic. Okay, click here to start audio. And let's see, we're trying to go to 6090. Let's see what happens. This is what's called the waterfall. And the more you listen to it, the more you can kind of recognize different types of broadcasts based on okay, so let's see if we can get a good broadcast on here. Lots of Chinese stuff around here. A lot of these web SDR pages will also mark stations that they've identified. I think I hear Chinese being spoken. Let's see if we can clean up the signal a bit. I mean, you get, if you want like atmospheric like effects for like sci-fi projects or something like that, you're on. You can also record this stuff. I mean, you get all sorts of wonderful weird noises as you're trying to actually find a broadcast. I think I almost have something here. See, the brighter the color on this waterfall, the more likely you are actually listening to a thing. A DVR dongle? How's that work? Okay, that sounds like somebody's plumbing. Let's zoom out a little bit. A lot of these will allow you, like this one has an audio recording button. So you find something good, you can just record it. Radio Santa Cruz. This is software. This is WebSDR, web-based software-defined radio. Trying to say, it's a potential source of comprehensible input if you can find a good signal. There are schedules, but this one did not. It sort of misled us a little bit. I'm just randomly looking around and seeing what we can find on here. Turn the noise reduction off. Let's listen to the raw signal and see. Iceland, Novosibirsk. You can, okay. Oh wait, you can hear a Chinese radio jammer here. Wait, Stalingrad clock? What the hell is that? Chile, Radio Compañía. Nothing right now. We get some interesting beepings. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you have a good schedule, you can find out all sorts of people have different broadcasts. There's also, like, just random, like, amateur broadcasters, ham radio broadcasters in all sorts of languages as well. Oh, we got Morse. That's what this sounds like, Morse to me. Yeah, I had Back in the late 80s, I had a little shortwave radio that I used to listen to specifically for that. More Morse. Cleanest signal we've had. Let's see. Okay. Nothing much going on there. Lots of weird electronic crap. I mean, one of the wild things about this is you get all sorts of different... sometimes you get the entire band. You get just an extremely wide range, so you can pick up anything on these, potentially. Like aircraft, yeah. Yeah, and like, people in chat, if you have... Russian, the buzzer, not audible here in daytime, but here is the Netherlands. Yeah, it's audible here right now. I mean, that sounds like a buzzer. I don't know if it is specifically a Russian buzzer. Lots of background. Let's see if we can improve on the background here. $37.56. Russian the Pip. Where are you getting these hex? Definitely hexed. And this is in the licensed amateur band. Let's see, what have we got here? Something's very active. I hear voices there. Oh, that sounds GTMF. 3821. Yeah. All sorts of random shit. Oh, something Reykjavik. Let's see. What's going on in Reykjavik? Sounds like dial-up. Music. creepy as hell. Yeah.
Dispenser, via de Tamara-app, Henk. Dispenser, ook bedankt hè. Hartstikke mooi dat je ook gereageerd hebt hè. En de platen ook, die kan op aan.
I don't... I'm not sure... Okay, apart from that this is country music... I think this might be Afrikaans country music. Yeah, there's a concertina. Okay. 3,900 kilohertz. Yeah, this is Afrikaans. Jij is. Oh, okay, that's random. Okay, so 3,900 kilohertz at what is this? What time is it in South Africa? I guess midnight is some sort of Afrikaans country music broadcast. So I mean, I see other people have like marked things. Can I mark things here? Okay, but I've heard enough Afrikaans country music. This is apparently the French Navy. Okay. Radio France Digital. I mean, I'm glad that I got at least one actual recognizable bloody signal out of all of these. Because otherwise, it's just random crap. Which, I mean, if you're looking for sci-fi sound effects, it's really good crap for that. Especially if you want something really kind of eerie. Sounds Chinese. Gurunya. Let's see, what have we got here? Deutsche Volksmusik. And it sounds like there's like a ham radio conversation going on at the same time. This almost sounds like the Harlem Globetrotters music. Not sure what I'm listening to here. I mean, it definitely is not KCBS Pyongyang. I know their music well enough to know that that's not it. Catchy. Radio Xinjiang. Radio France Digitale AM. Well, okay, what is this? Okay. I'm not sure what this is. It's kind of nice. I can't even really make out the speech well enough to work out what language it's in. It sounds English, actually. Let's see, what do we got here? Holy shit, this is in Uyghur. This is Radio Xinjiang in Uyghur. I've never heard Uyghur before. It is a Turkic language, which is the only reason I know it's that. Yeah, neat. Yeah, definitely, it's definitely Uyghur. I mean, those are very Turkic words. Kayısılı gerek, gerek, which is like I know in Turkish means is necessary. 是要. Okay, what do we got here? Arrecife. Radio Las Palmas. Okay, we got some sort of weird pulse thing going on here. Let's see, try upper sideband. Which is what USB stands for. I don't quite understand how that works technologically. I just like to scan this stuff every once in a while. Okay, painful high-pitched sounds. Something active going on there. Sounds garbagical mostly. Turkish radio, Radio Istanbul. Fax Kodiak. Wait, Israeli Navy? We can learn how to say, oh shit, in Hebrew Morse code. Peterbalk. Okay. And for the rest of the stream, I thought we would look at some resources for learning Farsi. And we were looking at Mahia Polyglot yesterday. I thought we'd look to see what she has to say about Farsi, which is her native language, here. To start out,
Ever dreamed of unlocking the poetic beauty of Persian? Whether you're into ancient history, passionate about languages, or just looking for a rich culture to dive into, Persian language has it all. In this video, I'm giving you guys the
yeah, I mean, it is a cool language, I will say that. She's not overselling it.
ultimate guide on how to learn Persian language on your own for free. I'm gonna share with you guys some free resources, some tips and tricks, and I'm gonna answer some of your questions about whether this language is difficult, how to learn it, and how the logic of Persian language works. I'm Mahim Mursadadi, I'm from Iran, so Persian language is my native language. Right now I'm doing my master's degree in Beijing, China. And for the
she has a bunch of videos also that are in Farsi, I noticed when I was looking around for resources. So let's see what she recommends.
A decade, I've been learning more than 8 languages.
This is one of the pitfalls of English pronunciation, that sometimes decade can sound like...
And for the past decade, I've been...
It can sound like it can sound like dickhead. This is something you do have to watch out for in your English pronunciation, because the thing is, sometimes it's not an issue because of context, and sometimes it's not an issue because there's no other word it could possibly be, and sometimes it sounds like you said dickhead. These are the challenges of English pronunciation.
Learning more than 8 languages, and on my different social media platforms, I share everything about language and language learning. So I think I'm the right person to share with you guys what you need to do to learn Persian language. I've previously shared some videos on how to learn Persian, including one video in Arabic. So if you're a native speaker of Arabic, you can watch that video.
Okay.
I also shared my thoughts on what...
She is a big fan of Farsi.
Why Persian language is romantic and beautiful. So if you want to get some
it does have nice vowels
on why you need to learn this beautiful language, you can definitely check out this video. I have also interviewed one of my good friends that learned Persian, so you can also check that video out. But today's video is going to take in order to master.
I'm going to skip ahead to get to our resources and stuff.
My best is this channel, channels that
learn Persian with chai and conversation.
Watch to learn Persian because it's suitable.
And the link that I just put in chat, that is the link to this video, and it will have the links to the resources she's mentioning in the description, probably.
For both beginner and advanced level learners. Then we have this channel called Persian Language. It also has different lessons for beginners. Then you got Persian Pod 101. It's probably one of the best YouTube channels for Persian because it covers a lot of different topics. Then if you know a bit of Persian and you want to polish your language, then I recommend you to listen to some audiobooks.
Okay, interesting.
Audiobooks. So you can follow this channel called Persian Fairy Tales. We also have these 4 YouTube channels that you can watch to learn Persian language. Now let's talk about some of the apps that you can use to learn Persian. Honestly, there are not that many apps that teach Persian correctly. There are
I'm surprised that there are any that teach Persian.
Random useless vocab with a terrible AI pronunciation.
Random use, yes, that is kind of the default. Yeah, it is lovely.
We're not going to talk about those. I've recently found out about Ling. You guys know that I love this app. I've been using it for other languages such as Turkish, Italian, but I've recently found out that they also have Persian. To give it a try. It's so interactive. It's like a game that you don't feel like you're actually studying something.
Yeah, although I will say that these sort of gamified apps, they do a really good job at making you feel like you're learning something, but you're not really. So I would not really put too much stock in that. I am kind of curious about the what was it? Persian Pod 101 Farsi podcast. Let's check that out, actually. I don't have a whole lot of time left anyway. Persian Pod 101. Okay, let's see. Let's check this out. This is Persian listening comprehension for intermediate learners, which is kind of what
Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free. And
so, yeah, here's the link, dropping that in chat, and let's see what this is like.
packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Hi everyone, I'm Gabriella. How are your Persian listening skills? In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. We'll show you the answer at the end.
Okay, interesting.
زنی در کتاب فروشی چیزی از فروشنده می‌خواهد.
Okay, چیزی a thing می‌خواهد requests, I think.
آن زن کدام کتاب را می‌خواهد ببیند؟
ببیند, look at, I think, and kitab is book.
ببخشید، من می‌خواهم به کتابی که روی آن قفسه است نگاهی بیاندازم.
کدام کتاب را می‌خواهید؟
آنکه در مورد اتومبیل هاست.
یه لحظه لطفاً. این؟
بله، همان.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I would actually say probably not even for reinforcement, but is really what you need fundamentally is the input, and you don't really get a lot of that. And that's even assuming a lot of the time. Also, the translation sucks in the apps, so it isn't even like accurate on that level.
بفرمایید.
آن زن کدام کتاب را می‌خواهد ببیند؟
کدام کتاب را ببیند؟
زنی در کتاب فروشی چیزی از فروشنده می‌خواهد.
فروشنده. See, you can kind of notice the Indo-European aspects of it from some of these suffixes. Like, the way of saying ing, as in, like, a person who is doing something. Furushande. Furush is, like, to sell. Furushande is a selling person. Like, ando in Spanish or Italian. Okay, actually I understood a fair bit. Okay. Zani dar kitab furushi چیزی از فروشنده میخواهد, yeah, is requesting. Yeah, so asking something from the shop clerk.
آن زن کدام کتاب را می‌خواهد ببیند؟
آن زن کدام, yeah, کدام, you're right, that is which. Like, after hearing it 5 or 6 times, I finally kind of remembered what it was.
ببخشید، من می‌خواهم به کتابی که روی آن قفسه است نگاهی بیاندازم.
کدام کتاب را می‌خواهی؟
I mean, one of the really challenging things about Farsi is that the verbs, you have to get used to the fact that the verbs actually change their stems a lot. So, like, for to see, to look at, in the past tense, it's did. The root is did. The infinitive of it is didan. But in any kind of present tense, it's bin. Mi binam, mi binad, mi binid, and everything.
آنچه در مورد اتومبیل هاست.
یه لحظه لطفاً. این؟
بله، همان.
بفرمایید.
بفرمایید. Ah, okay, interesting. I had always thought it was بفرمایید.
How are your Persian listening skills?
Okay, so I am actually quite tired, so I think I'm actually going to knock off just a little bit early today. Thank you to everyone who joined in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And if you enjoyed the stream and would like to support my work, supporting the crowdfunded translation project is one of the best ways to do that, and it is always appreciated. I will drop you the link for anyone who wants to. I am currently raising $450 for the current crowdfunded translation project, and at this point I am $260 short of the goal, up to 190 out of 450, so coming along fairly nicely thanks to all the generous contributions. I will see you next week at 4:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time on Friday, and I look forward to seeing you then. Have a good evening.